Welcome to Art in Focus, our weekly discussion of news and controversies in art around the globe. Last week, we discussed the financial challenges facing young artists, particularly those working in digital media, where countless completely identical copies can be made of any individual work by anyone with a small amount of know-how. The big news of this week presents a thought-provoking comparison. A work of art from the pre-digital age has broken all records for a public auction. A famous painting called Women of Algiers by Pablo Picasso was recently sold for $179 million, a new world record. The auction room grew quiet as the price went up and up. Then people clapped and cheered at the final price, $20 million over the estimate. According to the auctioneer, it was, quote, one of the greatest moments in auction history. The work is the last of a series of 15 paintings which Picasso produced in a burst of creativity during 1954 and 1955. The subject of the paintings was inspired by a work of a similar name, Women of Algiers in Their Apartment, by the French artist Eugène Delacroix, painted in 1834, featuring 3 women relaxing inside an apartment. But while the Delacroix original is painted in a realistic style, almost like a photograph, the Picasso version distorts the image in various ways, showing different angles at the same time. Where the original shows a dim and quiet scene, Picasso paints a scene full of movement and color. Picasso finished the series on Valentine's Day 1955. His great friend and rival, Henri Matisse, had died the previous year, and Picasso's painting takes up themes and ideas from Matisse. It is, in part, a tribute to the memory of his dead friend. The painting also illustrates the strong influence of inflation in the art market. The entire series of 15 paintings was bought in 1956 for $250,000. In 1997, this painting alone sold for $32 million. And now, less than 20 years later, it has sold for $179 million. This kind of rapid rise in prices would make any investor sit up and take notice. And we are now experiencing a global boom in the sale of artworks by well-known artists. But are these artworks really worth what people are paying for them? Could any painting really be worth hundreds of millions of dollars? Is there any limit to this? And most importantly of all, what happens when art museums, many of which are funded by taxpayers, can't afford to buy art anymore? Next, we'll take up these issues with 2 experts.